rejoice all, we've actually completed a night. You all get your long rests. You'll get your hit points and your spells back. So, what do you guys want to do now? The morning is upon you. You smell some kind of cooking going on downstairs as the early birds are starting to rise.
As I'm getting up, as I see other people awake, we need to be on the road as fast as we can today.
Just see Caleidah just bolt up from his securely tucked position.
Wrestle my way out of the, double fold flat hand blankets up under me.
Anyone that's trying to get out of bed has to succeed a athletics check of 10 or better.
Go fuck yourself. I'll take it.
I landed it.
Okay. Intricate folds, just airtight, but you managed to wrestle yourself free and thump yourself onto the ground.
Because I need to head for that apothecary who should hopefully have my order together, provided that fuck, he had a name. I'm just going to call him Ricky. Provided that Ricky and the tunnel snakes.
His name was Chris, wasn't it?
Yes,
Chris. So I need to go see if there's any new tunnel snakes rule graffiti, and head for the herbalist.
Okay, what's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna go check out the cemetery next door to the inn.
Okay. Havik?
I am actually going to hang back and just eat and chill.
Okay. A very pulled back Havik this day.
I snag a breakfast burrito.
Unfortunately, what it seems to be available is some sort of seasoned porridge or oats. The breakfast here is meager and kind of sad. And Deb is like stirring a pot full of this stuff, and she's like, "I'm trying my best. I'm sorry, it's not quite my thing. If Wash was here, you'd probably have eggs and bacon, the whole lot. But anyway, porridge is fine too."
I add some of my Havik snack into my porridge.
You Havik snack the porridge. It is substantially better. Ramanas, what are you doing?
I was going to get up, eat, and then wait outside the tavern for Caleidah to come back either with an armful of stuff from the apothecary or in a murderous rage, looking for a child to kill.
You haven't met your quota yet. There's still time. Okay, Hixa, what are you doing?
I mean, probably just getting ready to, I assume, leave.
Yes. It normally takes you longer because you have a beast to wrangle, but your beast has been somewhat placid.
He's in the bathroom?
Yes, he's actually very much asleep. He's all curled up in a ball, and he is knocked the fuck out. He's full of kebab meat. So you managed to get your stuff together pretty quickly. So you're doing anything else?
I mean, eating,
Okay.
waiting.
So most of you guys are having a porridge breakfast. Faustus is there too. You're like, yeah, beats what they have in hell.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm an NPC now. My dialogue options are very limited. Okay.
Times are great.
Great day, isn't it? How about you?
Well, so they said.
We're gonna cut to Skydd, as he's got the most interesting thing going on right now.
Okay.
You start making your way towards the cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty windy day. The clouds are just rolling by. Big fat cumulonimbus. Big old cotton ripping by. And there appears to be some sort of gathering going on at the cemetery. No less than 50 halflings appear to be going through some sort of funeral something.
Rey Mysterio, no.
He died in the night. He was too cool for this world.
Oh, it's the funeral for Chavo Guerrero.
Oh.
Oof. As you get closer, it's weird because a lot of music is being played of the upbeat variety. A lot of people are just cursing this man's name in song. A lot of them are singing his praises. Some of them are laughing. And it is weird. You haven't seen a procession of this make before, but if you want, you can make a roll to learn more about it.
Sure. What type of a roll am I
Knowledge,
making?
religion will suffice, or local.
Well, local doesn't exist in this one, so I'm going to go religion.
My 3.5 is showing.
Yep. No.
Oh, buddy. Okay.
Hang on.
Skydd, I think you got my dice this game.
Oh, he's got a jail. He's going in. Hell in a cell for that one.
Fucker.
So I was going to regale you with the culture of halfling grieving, but instead they're fucking halflings. Who knows? They love to eat and drink and they love to party. I wouldn't be surprised.
I get it.
If a funeral was a party too. So that's probably what they're into.
It's a death celebration. I get it.
Yeah. You're nowhere near familiar with the intricacies of how they get things done, but it is loud and it is raucous and it is definitely very unlike anyone else's normal funeral procession.
Okay. I'm going to pop another Divine Sense. See if I get a hit off that undead energy I felt the night before.
How close to the cemetery are you as you do this? Are you like along the gates?
No, I imagine I would have gone in at some point.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I'm just kind of like, I'm not joining in where all the halflings are, but I'm just kind of like perusing headstones and just trying to work out. Like, I don't know, was in the dream sequence, was there like a specific grave that was marked out?
No,
or
it just felt like it was just roughly in there.
Okay. So yeah, I'll probably like just start kind of wandering around and kind of getting a feel for the place.
So
And
yeah, this is Final Rest Cemetery. You can tell there's some insignias placed along the bars of this wrought iron gate. They appear to be appealing to some sort of deity of death, likely.
Mhm.
If you want to learn more about that, that's going to be another religion roll. But
Sure. I will try with a different die. Because fuck you, natural ones. That's better. It's a 18 total.
okay, well, this is kind of in your wheelhouse. This is Reshkig, a deity of death. She is neat.
Okay.
I'm just pulling up her shit.
Gotcha.
So
This is her. She is neat.
So she
Okay.
is all about the transference from life to death, not so much death itself, but the act of dying and making sure that it is of natural means and that no funny business happens between or afterwards. Her symbol is often a melted or burned remnant of a candle that is gray or black in color, which kind of makes sense for why that's the symbol you're seeing, and that there's a lot of remnants of candles all along these gates.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this checks out. This is clearly a place where that goes down, and you see what appears to be also a gravekeeper, another half-orc gentleman. He seems to be all about Reshkig. Like he's got regalia on. He like a leather cloak, and there's a lot of filigree donning his shovel. Like he's like, it's a very fancy shovel, but it looks just as potent as any other, and he is just watching you very closely.
I'm just, looking through, and as I kind of catch his eye, I kind of,
You kind of stand
Make
out
a
amongst the halflings.
yeah, I kind of like make a show of like hands and just, I'm just really like, like when people go and visit cemeteries, they start looking at names and dates and, that I'm kind of taking that in, trying to get a vibe for this particular cemetery, while at the same time I know there's a party going on, but just kind of keeping my hackles up for anything Hebe and or GB.
So in combination with your specific location, and the fact that you cast that ability, you leave your body.
Oh.
Your spirit just up and leaves. And there's just an absent look on your face as you were just casually looking at a stone.
Don't you hate when you randomly astrally project?
Yeah, like, it's kind of embarrassing when you do it, especially when you don't mean to.
I mean, I've heard
swear
of
it's never happened.
It's ridiculous.
And you just feel your soul just launched into the stratosphere and beyond, and you find yourself in the blink of an eye in a great hall. Your spirit has been given some sort of corporeal form equal to yourself, maybe a bit more grand. Maybe your armor has been polished up to a mirror shine. You are not unfamiliar with this. You're going to see your ancestors. And the doors, well, like you were envisioning opening the doors to this great hall, but it's already been done. And you envision stepping in it, but you've already done that. And there's the seat at the front of the table, and you're already sitting at it. Just the mere thought of doing anything, and it has come to pass. And it is loud in here. It is a party. You sense 20, 30 of your ancestors here. And a lot of them just stop and see you. And they just raise up mugs and turkey legs and cheer as you finally come back to them. You're having trouble remembering the last time you did this.
I take a moment, like, because this is a dream or an experience I've had before.
Yes.
Okay.
You the memory of it always seems to slide away from you, and sometimes the means on which to get here are clouded.
Okay, but this is a familiar thing that's happened to me before.
As soon as you jumped out of yourself, you knew exactly what was going down.
Gotcha.
But probably for the next 10 minutes, you're going to be dumbly looking at this gravestone.
Okay.
And every time this happens, it's kind of awkward, but you know how to stick the landing. But yeah. And a massive stein of spiritual booze, frothy and full, slides your way. Everyone cheers your name because they know you are more or less the chosen one, because everyone else is dead and you have to carry on things.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
Is the last living one the chosen one continuing forward?
And you know that the term that they use, being of blood is actually kind of loose. You know that it's not just family that is here, but it's also just people that have died in the area of question that you are sworn to protect.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it tragic. You've noticed battles have been waged here, so warriors, travelers, just really unlucky people also end up here. But it's a mishmash. But you do see, familiar family faces all down the line, and one in particular, one that is very chummy with you. You know that to lose one's life, love of life, to live, is to kind of just become a ghost or a wraith. So it's no accident there is energy here. Mm-hmm. Because to lose that energy is to lose oneself, and to lose oneself is just to be another nameless spirit. And these spirits, they are guardians. They have work to do. And they do it well, but you remember the last time you were here, things weren't quite as well. And a particularly large man, who is always the first to greet you, runs up in his customary way, and with great strength picks you up by your waist and says, "Ah, he's here! He's here!"
Grandfather Jack, it's great to see you again.
Ha ha! Oh, we've been trying. We've been trying so hard. One of our boys had to put a lot of effort to get into your head. I hope you appreciate that.
Well, I mean, every time I come back, I got to look at you guys. So, I mean, how good of a blessing can it really be? I mean, come on.
A cheer rolls and a come on rolls through, and he's like, we try our best. We try our best. But hey, well, I've got you. Well, I've got your ear.
Yeah, what's happening?
When can I get some? When can I get some? Can I get you rolling with some kids around here? I've got a girl here. She's really sweet, and she's a warrior type too. Really strong thighs. She can crank out pups by the dozen. What can I do to get you talking to her, huh?
Is he trying to hook you up with Big Deb?
Fuck, man.
You ever wonder why there's so many half-orcs around?
Don't like that.
No. He's particularly gesturing towards a ghostly woman who was just giving him the stink eye because she knew for millennia he was gonna pull this shit.
Is that all I am to you?
Oh,
Someone you think can only get it with someone on your side of the fence?
You're the chosen one. I figured you could swing it. Plus, how long has it been? Come on. You gotta settle down eventually. And you can always come by and say hi.
Who says I have to settle down?
Nah. Yes.
Not when there's war to be fought and people to defend and our
same answer as before, but I just like to razz ya, and he just ruffles your hair.
Besides, you know what's going on at home. I can't rest right now.
And you just, for a flicker in his eyes, you just see just worry, and just that alone is just a scary sight, because he is the happy one. He is the one that always brings the most energy to this table, and the fact that it was shaken briefly does not bode well. And at the end of the table is definitely one of the oldest of the ghastly apparitions, and you know this guy is just always about just speaking in riddles and just really fancying up his words, and he's always so dour, and you feel that wraithhood is not far for him. And he says, "Yes, you've come, but at what cost? For the Pale One spreads his miasma throughout our lands, even to this very day. I ask of you, why do you travel away from our lands if you mean to protect them?"
Because the Pale One has stolen our birthright. The Pale One has stolen those who lay entombed within the mountain.
He is not yet done. He is not yet done with us at all. He
And the
erects
Pale One-
spires, foul things. He means to pen us in every time we try
And
to drift by. They offer sounds
And at this
of
point-
madness.
And at this point, just pure, unadulterated rage as I slam the stein back onto the table. It says, "And he must be stopped."
Your anger is contagious. You feel the gentle golden hue of the environment of this room just turns just a misty red as a lot of the ghosts seem to reflect your rage.
You know why I left home. You know why I left the mountain.
In your absence,
You know it had to be me who did it.
Yes.
Now I've met up with these sons of Sylas. They say the Pale One is an old foe, and they hunt him as well.
Necromancers
They-
often carry many foes.
They're the only lead I have. Until I find more, until I know more, I cannot proceed. This seems like my best option. This seems like my only play. If you've seen more, if you know more, please tell me so that I may avenge the spirits that dwell within these halls.
Another warrior raises mitt at you and says, "The old fool speaks true. The Pale One stalks our lands this very moment. He means to erect statues, some sort of profane obelisk in every corner of this land in which to pen us in. He has some sort of... He's doing something to us. And if every day we lose one to Wraithhood..."
He's returned. He's back home?
He has returned. He brings many, many corpses with him. He means to do something here. His work is done elsewhere. He brings many dead not of this land. He means to do something here. And Jack looks at you. He's like, "I'm afraid so, my boy. There was we lost 3 just yesterday. You know the caravan couple, tragic sort, the husband and wife that had the miscarriage, and the man took his own life because he couldn't take it. Yeah, he was a weak one. He was quick to go. Our lands are becoming corrupt. We need you. We need these sons. Our buildings, our shrines that give us things like this." And he looks around at this great hall, and he's like, "This? Things that keep us together, that keep us united. He means to undo all of it."
Then I'm on my way.
The work right now.
Send me back. I'm on my way.
And he's like, "Be quick about it, boy. And think about getting some grandchildren rolling through here. Like, I mean, no hurry." And he just shoves you, and you return back to your room.
Like, it's one of those where, like, in that playful moment of as he's pushing me out the door, I'm bringing up my hand for an eldritch blast as he shoves me out the door.
Yep.
And it's that same spectral energy gathering in my hand that makes up these wraiths and
with
these
a thought,
forms.
you're out the door and gunning for your body, and you get a brief moment of just a good aerial view of yourself before you go flying in, and you snap out of your reverie. A little bit of drool. There's always a little bit of drool.
Yeah.
And there's a half orc not 1 foot away from you, just looking at you, and he's got his hand on the side of your face, kind of just like tapping you, just gonna just a little slap here or there, like, "Rrr.
I'm here.
No
I'm here.
loitering, unless you're here to grieve."
What I grieve for maybe already be lost. And I turn and I walk out of the cemetery.
He kind of just grumbles and goes back to his work, and you leave the cemetery.
I go and prepare my things to leave.
There we go. You got yours. Okay.
Basic ballpark of the world, since I don't know if I've ever actually looked at a map of what you got going on, Faustus.
I believe the wastes of Numenor is just north of Garren's Well. Unfortunately, there is a mountain range blocking that, but you can make your way through said mountain range through Riopia.
So it's past Riopia is where I would eventually get back to the land of Dunharrow.
Yeah, conveniently enough, yes.
Oh, well, good. We're all in a straight line then.
How's everyone feeling? Everyone feeling good?
At the herbalist,
Yes.
did I get my shit?
If you want to be expedient about it, yes.
I mean, we can take time with it, but it was more the question of
you
did the
just
tunnel.
wanted just some base materials, so yes,
Yep.
this herbalist is quite good at what it has, and it delivers as Chris intended.
As it goes through, like I'm getting gallons of oil and like just sacks of raw salt and a whole bunch of glass flasks and the frankincense, and while I'm there, I'm getting other funerary herbs, whatever she has.
Okay.
Because this is like I spent time going through my notes and looking up like, all right, we're gonna be dealing with a lot of dead. going to be dealing with undead. How do I do this? Sanctified area, sanctified ground, burn them out, herbs, funerary herbs, gentle repose.
Okay.
My goal is that I'm basically trying to make a bunch of flasks of anti-undead repellent,
Grenades.
basically.
The Samaritan rounds from Hellboy.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, basically. And I have no idea what the ritual to create them is even going to look like. It's something that, like, now that we're doing this in game, I'm going to come up with a real world ritual.
Okay. All the items you're looking for, including the frankincense, which appears to be the most valuable of this bunch, like you managed to find like incense burning herbs as well, pretty cheap. Altogether, about 260 gold, especially with the amount of oil.
Okay.
But you feel like you can do a very complete ritual or make 2 or 3 different like concoctions that could be used in
Okay.
aggressive manner.
So, and I'll tell you what I want to make. I want to make a handful of flasks of sanctified oil to put on weapons
Okay.
to make them be more effective against undead. I want to make a bunch of flasks, basically of a once you down a body, throw the flask on it, and the body can't be raised because dealing with necromancers.
Yes.
And then some like generalist catch-all stun the undead, or maybe a potion that would act as a miniature turn, as like a grenade of fucking holy incense and oil going off and acting in an area to drive back the undead.
Okay. Let's see.
And I, as soon as I have the reagents, I am working specifically with Nen for the assistance of the journal.
Do you have an herbalism kit?
No, but I can buy one from the herbalist, I am sure.
Yes, you can. You might need one if you're going to have some proficiency bonuses.
I've got one.
Perfect.
You are, in fact, you're going to need an herbalism kit to do it, and if you're proficient at one, you can add bonuses.
Yeah, this is a, like, when I come back to the inn with all of these ingredients, this is a, like, all right, all hands on deck. I need help.
Creed,
As you're coming back with an armful of shit, and I'm just kind of like sitting out there with a pipe. Just...
We need to cook.
Everybody inside. Everybody upstairs.
Not only are you cooking meth, you are learning how to cook meth.
You're learning on the fly. And unfortunately, that poor, cold, empty library has received no viewership this day. But hey, you're on the right track. You got an herbalism kit, and you got roughly what you think is, based off of your notes. With everyone's help, especially with Creed and Nen in the room, good for them. I will.
They're helping.
I will let you do a check. I figure what this would be. Make a dexterity check, but you can add your wisdom modifier at advantage.
So, dex check plus wisdom mod with advantage.
Yes. It's considering the situation, that is what you have to work with.
Doesn't help him if you rolled a 1.
I didn't roll a 1.
You roll a 2?
No, I rolled with my
You
advantage.
got advantage, you can roll
I
again.
I rolled an 8 and a 9
Could be
for
wrong.
a
Plus.
12 total.
12. Okay.
Ooh.
So you succeed, but you don't get all the things you want. So instead of potentially getting up to like 3 grenades, you get 1.
I will kind of,
It's a lot of guess and check.
as we're going and I'm kind of struggling, I give up on trying to make the weapon oil and I put the focus on the smoke bombs, basically.
Okay.
Because I definitely want those, and then the keep them down flasks.
Okay. I will grant you 2 keep them down flasks and 1 smoke grenade.
Ugh.
It was kind of a mess. There's just ingredients you've just burned through, just like, oh, that combination's not right. This whole batch is ruined. Trial and error, and then at the very end, you managed to eke out something of it.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
But
Could I?
if you try again,
I mean, like, and that was my thought is, so I'm basing this off of like training that I received from Har and whatever notes and journals we've all got.
Yeah.
Admittedly, like it's all kind of being MacGyvered together. Could I make another roll, like a religion roll?
well, the ingredients have been spent to get this done. But if you want, you can just make a straight up intelligence check to just see if you learn from your mistakes.
That's 12.
12. You got some things kept in mind, but no bonuses to be gained the next time you attempt this. This is just not your area of expertise. And you're looking over at Nen and Creed, and they're like giving you like a half thumbs up right now. And Faustus is just looking at your handiwork, and he says like, I think I saw a book on that once. If you want, you can come with me to hell. They're really, really knowledgeable about this sort of thing. He just pats you on the shoulder, trying to control you.
All right. Does everyone have everything together?
Yes, we need to go and we need to go fast.
Yep.
All right.
And I'm guessing about this time the horses that I had, or the fresh horses that I ordered from the Marble Barding
Yes.
last night are ready.
Clean has brought them to you as promised.
Cool. All right.
Anyone else doing anything?
Prepping to leave.
Havik, you've been very, very cooperative lately. I'm starting to worry.
I have my moments. No, on that list that Caleidah had, I replenished any arrows that would have been used, and that, yeah.
All
Just
right.
out.
Okay.
That might be a good place to call it for tonight.
Yep. So you guys saddle up and you head west towards Riopia, which who the fuck knows what's going to await you there, but from what you gather, a lot.
Some shit.